Hi ladies and gentlemen, it's still March 14th, 2017, and this morning I put up the video about FBI corruption, and this is kind of a follow-up to that. And I think every time that I do this, Pam Jones for Liberty was right on top of things this morning and made another video plate concerning that, and I can't add that to my old video, but I'll try to use it in the videos that are coming up about this subject. I don't know if I'll be able to select it as part of the thumbnails, and for all the work that Pam Jones did, I wish I could, but there's some reasons for that, and I don't want to take time to explain it, but I will put it in the video one way or the other, and maybe it'll make it to the actual featured video plate at the beginning where you see it on the YouTube channel. Anyway, so this is an update. I told you that as things progressed I would update on what's going on. So you know that I've had a lot of disrespect for the intelligence community, and not just the one in the United States, but basically throughout the Western world. Actually, all intelligence agencies are a problem. And I could go into a great amount of detail about why that is, but some things have happened also in the last 24, 36 hours that I think tie into all this. Remember back some time ago, GCHQ and British intelligence had a guy who was who made up the Trump dossier about the whole sex thing in Moscow and all that and some other things. And apparently Comey was going to, well, the story in the media was that he had offered to buy this, and then the FBI and their spokesman made all these excuses that that's typical FBI behavior and all that. Well, I think there was some truth to it, but I think it was also a disinformation campaign. What I think is happening now is what Judge Napolitano has just pointed out, that British intelligence was approached by Obama to do the wiretapping so that, again, he could do that plausible deniability thing and so he can say he didn't have his intelligence agencies or anybody in the United States wiretap a United States citizen. No, he had somebody else do it, and I think that's very, very important. And it doesn't have to be, you know, an absolute formal request. It can go through the proper channels, which the FBI could do, and considering the GCHQ is involved in this now, I think that's probably how that happened. But either way, the fact of the matter is Napolitano has pointed out that British intelligence was doing some of this wiretapping, and that we also know that the CIA has the capability of setting up false servers and making it look like it's coming from that the emails and things are coming from places that are from Russia or China or whoever they decide to make it look like they're coming from, if you understand what I'm saying. So all of this is happening, and at this point this is my estimate of the situation. Okay? We know for a fact that GCHQ and British intelligence works for the people in the country in Britain by and large that are against the Brexit. We know for a fact that German intelligence would be against anyone leaving the EU. We know for a fact that French intelligence would also be, especially with what Marine Le Pen is doing, would be a problem for the French. So as far as the intelligence people and those in power, the establishment, so to speak. So who do these intelligence agencies work for? Well, primarily themselves and the banks, okay, and the New World Order, the elites. But also, you know, they're going to be concerned with helping the establishment people in those different countries that are trying to stop the populist movements and go back to, you know, the rights of these different countries. They're going to try to stop that, and all intelligence agencies are bound to that. And this is where the pedophilia comes from, or comes into. Don't forget that, you know, power is an aphrodisiac, and so is money. But money is normally used to get to power. So what binds all these people together at the very tops of the echelons of these different organizations? Probably a number of things, but pedophilia or any perversion that they can get their upper echelons to engage in then become a matter of control because of blackmail, okay, and also other things. Sort of like in the gangs, and I know you've heard other people talk about that a new gang member will be told to go kill a store clerk, and that's how they know they can make him or her continue to function as a gang member. Well, that's what happens at the upper echelons here. I can't say in particular any names about who that might be, but I think by their actions you can tell. Okay, and I'll just leave it at that there. So what's happening is all of these intel agencies are assisting each other and the establishment because Trump is an outsider, to derail him, to delegitimize him, to cause in some way or another an impeachment or an ouster, an assassination, or anything else. We don't know, but they have a lot of options that they can look at. So what's happened here is you had this basically this conspiracy at the top of the FBI with McCabe, and of course Comey knew about it. All right, he's just keeping that one person distance from him so that he can have that plausible deniability. No question, though, by his actions, the covering up of the Weiner affair, the seizing of the Weiner laptop, not doing anything about that, helping the Clinton Foundation, his work at HSBC, it's all laid out. Circumstantial evidence and direct evidence, both. Okay? Well, the same with McCabe. The same with the leftist Marxist and other guys that were around McCabe that did this conspiracy, this agreement. And then it would float over to those who are assisting them in GCHQ, the British intelligence with the dossier, German intelligence, Saudi intelligence, French intelligence, probably Belgian, certainly NATO. I mean, everybody is in this, okay? And they're all going to help. They're going to make it look like they're going to cause false flags. They're going to put out false information, propaganda, and intelligence, fake intelligence, so that they can corral this outsider that's been able to get into the presidency of the United States and quell the populist movement by the people at the same time, because all Trump is a manifestation of that will that the people are trying to throw off, this feudalism that the establishment is trying to make. So, quick summary, I don't think, obviously the FBI at the upper echelons are involved, obviously the CIA, we already know that, NSA to some extent, although we now know that the CIA has NSA capabilities all on their own. That from Vault 7. And the fact that all these other intelligence agencies are actually all bound together, okay? Yeah, they'd eventually fight each other, but they got to get rid of this guy who's taken over the presidency of the United States and that entire populist movement that's spread throughout the Western world right now. So that's where we are. I'm sure that more details will come out as we go. I mean, I can't even get away for 5 minutes before new information comes out, but this is what I wanted to give you for right now so that you know that this thing is huge. But the FBI is no doubt involved. The upper echelons, again, you know, people want to talk about the rogue CIA. The CIA is rogue. The FBI is rogue. And then when people say, no, it's just a few people in it or whatever, it doesn't matter. The Nazis were initially only a few people, but they convinced everybody underneath them to follow along. And those soldiers, those German Nazi soldiers out on the battlefield were still fighting for the Nazis. And that's the same thing within these organizations, unless they come forward as whistleblowers or leak the information secretly, which is what's been happening. So I know there are patriots there, that invisible army of the restoration of liberty. I hope that you keep flooding this out. And come on, NYPD, come on forward and bring all of this. And let's put all of these people behind bars.